I'm not huge on corporate boycotts, and I never have been. I was thinking about this today because I'm making an exception to my rule. I think we should boycott a certain corporation, but historically, I've been kind of opposed to it when conservatives have boycotted, and I'll tell you why. This goes back like a decade and a half ago when I first started getting into political activism, and you guys are gonna laugh at me, but I used to shop often at Kohl's. Very fashionable clothes for a teenager there in my heyday. I used to shop at Kohl's a lot, and the corporation started donating to Planned Parenthood just like undercover. And this was like the first clue that a lot of us had that some of these corporations were really bought into wokeism. And there were some conservatives who even made a list at the time. I forget which group did this, but they made a list at the time of corporations where it was safe to shop or stores where it was safe to shop. Target was not one of them. Kohl's was not one of them. And I remember there were some conservatives who said, I'm not going to shop at Kohl's anymore because the corporate Kohl's donates kind of undercover to Planned Parenthood. And I remember thinking to myself at that time, I am never going to do that. I am never going to boycott Kohl's because indirectly they donate to Planned Parenthood. And this is coming from someone who the first time or the first thing that I did to dip my toe into political activism was to do pro-life activism. Pro-life activism was, I mean, it still is one of the things I'm the most passionate about, but it was the thing that I did in late high school and early college. And even that, being passionately and entirely pro-life, I was like, well, I'm not gonna do that because this was my justification. The amount of time that I would have to invest to boycott Kohl's, meaning everything that I got at Kohl's, whether it was jewelry or shoes or clothes or boots or whatever it was, I would have to find from some other store, which means it would take me a long time to figure out which sizes and which brands fit, and it would be a time investment to give up Kohl's. And I thought to myself, the opportunity cost of doing that is not worth it if I spend the amount of time that I could have spent, I would have spent had I boycotted Kohl's doing direct pro-life activism. That is more damaging to Planned Parenthood's mission than me boycotting Kohl's because they donate indirectly, or because they donate, the corporate aspect of it donates to Planned Parenthood. So that long journey down memory lane is one of the reasons why I've never been a huge fan of corporate boycotts. I usually think that we have more impact if we do direct activism than if we say, well, you know what, I'm not going to shop at Target because of XYZ. However, I'm breaking my rule today. This has finally crossed the line for me, and I think we should, in fact, boycott this. Budweiser, has announced their new spokesperson, and it's Dylan Mulvaney.
Hi. Impressive carrying skills, right? I got some Bud Lights for us. So, I kept hearing about this thing called March Madness, and I thought we were all just having a hectic month, but it turns out it has something to do with sports. And I'm not sure exactly which sport, but either way, it's a cause to celebrate. This month, I celebrated my day 365 of womanhood, and Bud Light sent me possibly the best gift ever, a can with my face on it. Check out my Instagram story to see how you can enjoy March Madness with Bud Light and maybe win some money too. Love ya! Cheers! Go team! Whatever team you love, I love too. Okay. Love ya. Okay, break a leg. Woo!
Okay, first of all, even besides the ideology that Dylan Mulvaney is pushing, I find Dylan Mulvaney to be one of the most annoying people on planet Earth. I do not understand how he has gained over 10 million followers on TikTok and almost 2 million followers on Instagram. The most annoying person on the face of this earth. But as you can see, Dylan Mulvaney, this quote-unquote transgender individual, there's no such thing as a transgender person, there's either a man or a woman, but Dylan Mulvaney was born a man and now dresses like a woman, had surgery to make his face look more like a woman, but really just a little bit more like Bruce Jenner, not really like a real woman here. Dylan Mulvaney is the spokesperson for Budweiser, and they sent a can of beer to his house with his face on it. He showed it on that video. We can show it again on the screen here. And I gotta tell you, I saw this, and this is just beyond the pale to me. Beyond the pale to me. They are honoring Budweiser. Bud Light is honoring Dylan Mulvaney as if Dylan Mulvaney is a woman. Dylan Mulvaney has done nothing that women do. Dylan Mulvaney has made TikTok videos for 365 days talking about having emotional breakdowns and sending emails and wearing lipstick and prancing around fields in sports bras and high heels. No woman that I know does that. And yet Budweiser chooses to honor Dylan Mulvaney as a woman. Budweiser, how about you send a beer to a woman who has birthed 5 children and is raising them, who runs her own business and cooks and cleans and cares for her family and doesn't get enough sleep and doesn't have time to put on makeup and get all dolled up as often as she would like because she's sacrificially taking care of her family, her husband, and her children. How about you honor a woman like that? A real woman. Instead of this man who wears eyeshadow and got plastic surgery and prances around pretending that he's a woman.
Hi guys, it's Liz Wheeler. Don't forget to watch my show, The Liz Wheeler Show, every night at 7 p.m. on the First TV. You can download the free First TV app, or you can visit thefirsttv.com/Liz and start watching today.